Hello guys, this is Cambridge English teacher Rory from studentlanguages.com, and today's video comes from my CAE course playlist, which you can find on YouTube. And what I'm going to show you is how to successfully write a report for the C1 Advanced, that CAE exam. So if you want help writing a report for the CAE exam, then keep watching this video and I will show you how to do that.
Hey guys, remember to sign up for your free FCE or CAE video course at studentlanguages.com/YouTube.
Hello everybody, welcome to this C1 Advanced, that CAE writing paper video course. In this video lesson we're going to be focusing on part 2, report writing. So I will show you an example report question. We will then look at some advice for writing a report. We will critique the report answer. We will look at some examiner's critique of this answer. We will then correct some language mistakes from the report. And finally, we will have a look at some more general tips for writing a report. So here is an example report question. And this has come from the Cambridge English Advanced Handbook for Teachers, which you can find if you type in this web address into your internet browser and turn to page 33. So, question number 2, the report question, says, you have just completed 6 months in a new job. In preparation for a progress meeting, you have been asked to write a report to your manager. Your report should explain what you feel you have achieved in the job so far. Describe any problems you have had, and suggest any further training that would be suitable. Write your report. And remember, the writing paper in total lasts for 90 minutes, so I recommend spending 45 minutes on the essay part 1 and 45 minutes on part 2. You have 3 questions to choose from in part 2, and one of them might be a report question. So, if you spend 45 minutes writing a report, the first 5 minutes should be for planning, and then you should take 35 minutes for writing, and then 5 minutes at the end for checking through what you have written and correcting any silly mistakes. Okay, now let's have a look at a bit more advice for writing a report, which has come from the Cambridge English Advanced Handbook for Teachers. And it says, a report may be written for a superior, for example, a boss or college principal. Or it could be written for a peer group, for example, club members or colleagues. And so to get top marks for the content part of the writing criteria, you should think about who it is you are writing to and make your language appropriate for that person or those people. It also says candidates will be asked to do more than describe a situation. They may be asked to evaluate to what extent a particular aim has been achieved, or to suggest an alternative course of action. So you need to use language of evaluation and to be able to suggest, and use language to suggest an alternative. And if you get a good course book, for example this one, in this course book you will find lots of really useful language and vocabulary that you can use to help you when you're writing a report. Okay. And what I'd like you to do now is to pause this video and type in this web address if you haven't done that already, and then turn to page 41. And when you've done that, press play. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. And I don't want you to look at the examiner's comments at the bottom of this page yet. I just want you to focus on the writing at the top, which we can also see on this presentation slide here, but it might be easier for you to read it in your internet browser. And so what I'd like you to do before you read this is to copy down this table onto a sheet of paper with the 4 subscales or marking criteria and mark and commentary at the top. And if you can't remember what these 4 subscales mean, content, communicative achievement, organisation and language, if you can't remember what they represent, then you should watch my earlier video on marking criteria. Because I am going to ask you to give this report answer from page 41 a mark from 1 to 5 for each of the 4 marking criteria. 1 is bad and 5 is good. So if you think it's really good in terms of the content and it's exactly what the examiners are looking for, then give it a 5. And you should also write your comments. Why do you think it's good, or why do you think it's bad? So as I said, you might want to go back and watch the marking criteria video from this video course. But for now, what I'd like you to do is to pause this video and copy down this table onto a sheet of paper. And when you've done that, press play. Okay, so hopefully you've done that. Now what you can do is evaluate this report here and to write down your marks and your comments for each of these 4 criteria based on this report answer here. So pause this video now, complete the table that you have on your sheet of paper using this report answer, be as detailed as you can in your comments, and when you have finished that, press play. Okay, so hopefully you've done that, and I hope that you've filled in this table with your marks and your comments. And now what we can do is we can have a look at some real examiner comments. And these have also come from that same page from the Cambridge English Advanced Handbook for Teachers, page 41. And what I'd like you to do is to pause this video again and to compare these comments and these marks with your own comments and your own marks, and to see if you have similar ideas or different ideas. Don't worry if you have different ideas, but you should also read the comments in detail so you have a good idea of what the examiners want when they're marking a report. And I've underlined some of the things that I think are most important as well, which you need to be trying to incorporate into your report writing. So pause this video now, compare these marks and comments with your own, and read the comments in detail, and once you've done that, press play. Okay, so hopefully you've done that, and I really hope you found that useful. And now you should have a good idea of what you need to do to get good marks for each of these 4 writing criteria. you should know what the examiners are looking for when they are marking your work. And when I was reading this report, I noticed there were some mistakes with the language. These could be spelling mistakes or grammatical mistakes, or that the sentence doesn't really make sense. So I've written down some of these mistakes here. And what I'd like you to do is to pause this video again and try to correct these mistakes. I've already done the first one for you. I'll pause this video now, try to correct the mistakes. You might need to read the report again to get an idea of the context. Pause the video, try to correct the mistakes, and when you've done that, press play. Okay, so hopefully you've done that, and now we can have a look at my corrections. So, in the first sentence, we should say, I was very impressed. In a report, your writing needs to be formal or neutral, and therefore you shouldn't use words like got, because it's a bit informal. In the next sentence, we just need to say, when I go into my room. Get to is not necessary and it makes the sentence confusing. In the third sentence, we need the subject, I. In the next sentence, we say, put effort into something. Always put effort into. In the next sentence, there should be a comma. For me, there is no possibility. In the next sentence, training is uncountable. So we should say some training, not a training. Unless you have a noun after training, for example, day or course, then you should just say some training. If you have day or course after it, which is a singular noun, you can say a training day or a training course. But here we didn't have one of those words, so we need to say some training. And finally, the company should continue offering these training days. So, because again, you can't say these training because it's uncountable. So you have to say something plural if you use the word these. And there may be other alternative corrections which might also be correct, but these are definitely correct here. Okay, so some final ideas when you're writing a report. The language should be formal. You should use paragraphs, and it's a good idea to give the paragraphs headings or titles. As you start a new section or a new paragraph, give that paragraph a title so the reader knows what they are going to read about. So, for your homework, you should write an answer to the question from this video lesson. And if you write your answer on computer, you can send it to me at questions@studentlanguages.com, and if I have time, I will mark it for you and give you feedback based on the official marking criteria. I will then put your writing on my website and show you the link where you can view this. If you want to see some examples of past students' writings, you can access these at this web address here. And finally, if you haven't read the Cambridge English Advanced Handbook for Teachers, this is a great document that's really useful in preparing for the exam, so you should definitely read this document, and you can access this at this web address here. Okay, and if you would like to book live lessons with me to practice report writing or any other part of this exam or another exam, then you can write to me at admin@studentlanguages.com and I will write back to you with information about my lessons.
Okay guys, so I really hope you enjoyed that lesson and found it useful. Remember, if you want to see more lessons to pass the CAE exam, then I have a whole CAE course playlist and I'll put a link to that above me here. Otherwise, if you go to my website and you go to studentlanguages.com/CAE-report-writing, you can find this video and other information where I am critiquing a real student's report and giving feedback based on how the examiners will give feedback in the exam. So that's a really useful page on my website and I recommend going and having a look. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and share it with your friends and family, and feel free to write me any comments you have about the report section of this exam below. I'd love to hear from you. And write in the comments section which part of the exam do you find most difficult. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, please subscribe to my channel to help me grow and help more students find my work. That would be amazing. So if you can, I would love it if you subscribe to my channel. And remember, you can click the bell and you will be notified of all my latest videos as soon as they're released. Okay guys, so I hope you have a wonderful day and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.